I'm here today at the Brentwood Centre for a big top-tier show with the big man himself, Johnny Clark, and of course his matchmaker as well, Dan Francis. For both of you, how much are you looking forward to this event?
I'm just glad it's finally here. Got 8 good fights on, and yeah, obviously a lot of stress, struggle, but top tier by name, top tier by nature. If you go in there now, you'll see how good the show actually is.
Yeah, it's great to be a part of the show with Johnny. Johnny's putting on fantastic shows. As you can see out there, when the fans come in here, the shows are top level. They're worthy of TV. The mentality is smaller shows, but big show mentalities. And that's exactly what this show is. It's another level. And I'm super excited for the 8 fights tonight. They're all really, really good fights that are on the card, and the fans are in for a treat tonight.
And we've been banging on to you, Dan, for a while now. How much we're excited for the show, how much we're excited for the event. But the fights themselves don't let down at all. I mean, we've got Zach Fee, Louise Orton, both fighting on the preliminary fights. How exciting are those 2 fights? And obviously Amy Crater X and Jake Pollard as well in the event.
Yeah, like Zach Fee's one for the future. Your fellow countryman Barry Jones, he wrote about him after my last show, saying if you want to follow a prospect, follow Zach. Unfortunately, he's only 19, so you've got to take it slow with him. So he's opening the show for me today. And then you've got Louise Orton versus Amy. That could have been for a title, but unfortunately Amy lost the fight, so she didn't qualify. So he drops it down to a 6. Still got one, still looked after them both nicely, given the promo and that. And then that leads us to the main card.
And then for Amy Andrew and Taylor Jordan, another 2 big fighters fighting Gennady Kajewski and Lindsay Bashinsky for that Commonwealth belt. We obviously saw Lindsay fight on that Brangwyn Hall card that we first met you at. How exciting are those 2 fights for you, Dan?
Yeah, they're great fights to kick off the TV coverage and the main event, the main card coverage. Lindsay is fighting for the Commonwealth title. As we saw in the Brangwyn Hall, she came off a great win against a young prospect in Victoria Perkins, and put a big win in there to get that title fight. So that's a fantastic fight to start the show. And then you've got Taylor Jordan then, and he's fighting a tough fight in his first fight back after a while out in the ring. It's a great card from top to bottom. You could go through all the fights, I'm sure we will now. But it's a fantastic card from top to bottom with a lot of 50-50 fights involved in it. But that's what we want on top tier. We want all the fights to be 50-50s and eye-pleasing fights for the fans.
And then Harley Whitwell fighting Karina Schmallenberg. She's a really tough fighter. We were talking to Dan earlier. She's been in the ring with Chantel Cameron, Tasha Jonas, Katie Taylor. I think 5 world champions altogether. How exciting a fight is that one as well?
Yeah, and I know how tough she must be because Harley absolutely obliterated her stablemate. So if someone's done that to your stablemate and you still want to fly to England and fight, then that shows what she's made of. And I'm excited for that one because Harley comes through. The next show, she could be headlining.
And then I know we're obviously media, we shouldn't have favourites, but Ben Crocker, we've come all our way over from Wales.
What about Stelios? Stelios is the favourite. No, not Ben Crocker.
Maybe not the favourite, but he's our favourite certainly.
Well, should I?
Ben Crocker, I'll let you pass this one over to you, Ben. You were there for the promo in Swansea. Some questionable pad work from yourself, but other than that, what did you make of that fight?
Well, I'm a matchmaker by trade, not a pad man. I stepped in there to get that promo video sorted. That promo was fantastic. We had the support of Swansea City for Ben, the football club, to get the stadium involved. And as you could see from the promo itself and the promos that Johnny does for all the fighters, it gives them that experience of having that big time mentality. Going through the promos, going through the media days. The day before weigh-ins, the trips in the buses, the car to the venue and everything. It's fantastic. And Ben is, it's a new weight for Ben. He's dropped down in weight. He's dropped down from super welter down to super lightweight. And he's done really well to get down there. Discipline. But he's disciplined, exactly that. And it's exact. And he made the weight with a pound under as well. So he's in fantastic shape. But he's in a proper 50-50 fight against Stelios. That fight it could steal the show, and I think it will steal the show. And it's super fantastic. It's a super fight to basically co-main event the main event with Constantin Ursu and Bassi Razak,
And then obviously that one, real quickly, unfortunately it's not a title on the line officially for that one or any sort of elimination.
It is for Ursu, yeah. The Bassi Razak just can't win the title, but Ursu had to pay the fees. We had to make sure that this show's really about him to qualify to fight for the full Commonwealth now. So we kept it on, he made weight, he was professional, the other boxer got fined. We thought he was going to do Ryan Garcia and Dan Beer on the scales, but he didn't. He come in £3 and we didn't quite get the £1.5 million off him either, but we should have.
And Constantin, I think you said, I know you're not supposed to have favourites yourself, but you said on your 20-second promo.
He's my favourite. I'm going to say it. He's definitely my favourite.
Yeah. And then the last one that we haven't mentioned, Bradley Axe, 4-round middleweight fight, tough fight against Eddie Kempski. How exciting is that one?
Yeah, it's an entertaining fight because hard for your debut to have someone messing about against you like that. But shout out Brad Axe, he's come on and he's been the most professional one on my show, and it's his debut, so that speaks volumes. Well done.
And then obviously to finish it off, we've talked about all the great fights, we've talked about all the great clashes, the event. How exciting is it to obviously have some sort of Sky cameras here? You've got ISAT TV, IFL TV, all these big names here. You say it's a small hall show, but nothing about it screams small hall at all.
No, that's the sales pitch, and hopefully I get more of the people like Brad who are professional that want to come on the show and not mess us around. So,
and the last one, just so I can get Dan to invite us back on a show, can you give a little word about how happy are you to have Dan as your matchmaker?
He'll do. You know what I mean? I asked everyone else, they all said nah, and then it was like Dan, and I was like, oh, what are you up to, Dan? You fancy matchmaking? Nah, I'll be honest, he's done really well. Matched a couple of good fights for me, took the stress off me, and then he follows through with them. Where previous ones, I do it all, I chase them all, I'm non-stop on the phone to him, and then just to get a little break off my phone is great, so I appreciate it. Thanks, Dan.
How's that, Dan? Good enough for you?
Yeah, no, it's fantastic to be given these opportunities, because boxing is a hard sport to be involved in, whether you're fighting or working in it, and for Johnny to give me this opportunity to be his matchmaker on the levels that these shows are, I'm forever grateful for Johnny for that, and long may it continue, but these shows, as we always say, on top tier, it's small all shows in sense, but it's not, it's big show mentality. Everything about it's big show, the sponsors, the media days, everything. I know I said it previously, but it's fact, and these fighters are given a fantastic platform to showcase their skills on, and that's down to Johnny.
Perfect, that's brilliant. Thank you guys, all the best, and we hope for a brilliant show.
Thank you.